Welcome to Wall Street Confidential. I'm Farnoosh Torabi here with Jim Cramer. We're talking about some speculation that we're expecting to hear Eric Dinalo and the State Attorney General's office to come out with a bailout plan for mortgage insurers and backs rallying.
I think that, and I've done a lot of work on this topic,
Yes.
and I know that they're very interested in the solution that I've ventured, which is to have the U.S. government make some guarantees here. I want to flesh that out. I don't think Dinalo on his own can do anything. I like him. I really respect the office of New York State Superintendent of Insurance. But what he's concerned about is a little bit at cross purposes what the banks are concerned about. Mm-hmm. He is trying to make sure that the AMBAC and MBI are not taking money from Peter to pay Paul. These companies both have substantial municipal bond insurance books of business, and Dinalo wants to be sure that the book of business is not disrupted. Mm-hmm. When you buy municipal bond insurance, you pay all at once, so they have that capital sitting there, but all the claims are coming from the CDOs and from the mortgage-backed, residential mortgage-backed securities. So they have to pay off those claims. Now remember, the claims they have to pay off only the interest now, ultimately the principal. There isn't enough money at either company. Now, both of them should be taking advantage of the big spike in their stocks, mm-hmm. the issuing stock. I don't know if they can act that fast. But what really is necessary is that you split in a prepackaged bankruptcy, of which he's allowed to be able to do under the law, of the New York State law. And we don't have good disclosure. He's also able to compel disclosure, mm-hmm. just like the SEC. Insurance companies are run state by state. You need to split these companies into two. You need to say, okay, listen, there's municipal bond business, and you sell that to a Warren Buffett. He's now got operations in many states, and that would insure the municipals. And then you need a bailout for the insurance. What I've been suggesting is the government either take warrants in MBI and AMBAC struck at a lower price and then guarantee those, or the government just guarantee them outright at 50 cents on the dollar. And I believe that would make it so the banks are then able to assess the downside and no longer have to keep marking down their portfolios, because mm-hmm. the part that's being marked down furiously is the part that's insured. We saw Merrill Lynch mark down its portfolio 100% that was insured by ACA. So this would give certainty. Dinalo cannot do it alone. I think he's trying very hard. But the banks are all cross purposes. There's no reason why a group of banks would ever agree to this. They're mm-hmm. capital constrained. And more importantly, they have various, JP Morgan certainly has much less exposure than Citigroup. So you don't have commonality of interest. Under my plan, and I have shared this with this office, they need to engage Treasury. Treasury is very Darwinist and hands-off. But I am confident, and I can say this point blank, that Mr. Dinalo cannot do this himself. He
says as an arduous plan, it could take some time to
again,
finalize.
I'm very close to this office, mm-hmm. and this plan, as interpreted by the press, is not going to work. There is no plan. Mm-hmm. The idea is to explain to the banks the issue, mm-hmm. see if the banks will voluntarily do something. They're not going to, and then have to go to the federal government. It's very complex and sophisticated business. Hank Paulson does understand it, but the Treasury Department has been all voluntary. They've not demanded anything, and I don't think they're going to change. The Treasury Department is very much oriented toward free capitalism, mm-hmm. and I think that's a very big mistake right now.
In terms of these stock prices, though, they're rallying and
I don't think the stocks are worth anything without Wilbur Ross coming in and buying them. He seems to be the white knight. They've moved so much that I can't imagine a price-sensitive guy would be interested. I do believe that the companies themselves without a white knight are worthless.
All right. Jim Cramer, thanks for fleshing that out for us. Wall Street Confidential, only on thestreet.com TV. Don't go away.